Hey guys, it's Michael Todd, and welcome to the Cult of Vintage. That's right, you see it behind me. We are here, I think, at Mother Tucker's Antiques in Adamstown, Pennsylvania. You know them, you love them. It's Jason and Tina's store. If you're not familiar, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link down below, their YouTube and their Instagram pages. That way you can give them a follow. They do have a YouTube channel where they are posting content, so I highly recommend checking them out. They are some amazing, kind, gracious, and extremely supportive folks. So again, check them out. Alrighty guys, well it has been a hot minute since we have been in here last. I'm excited to get in here again. We're gonna meet up with Tina later on in the day. We might still be here, we might have moved on already, but you'll see her either in today's video or in an upcoming video this week. So without further ado, let's get inside. Alrighty guys, an official exterior shot there. I'm seeing some autumnal. Lots of Italian glass. I do love this Empoli, the emerald. It's not really that mossy green. It's a little bit more saturated. Oh, I like this one though too. Look at that. Oh, I like the orange and the black here. Okay, let's get inside. We'll check it out. Here we go. Alrighty guys, right off of the bat, we have some display cabinets here. I am seeing some art glass in a typical Murano shape. I do love the colors, but you know, I don't know. I think it's kind of common, and you can only have so many art glass dishes. So I did leave those ones behind. I think if they were a little bit more spectacular in their design or coloring, I probably would have picked those up. Again, we do have some more cases here. Lots of smalls kind of tucked away inside here. And there is a 50% off sale with no exception. So you know that means we got to take a closer look here. We're zooming in. Sorry about the reflection. It was a beautiful sunny day, and that's just the name of the game here. Not seeing a whole lot in that one. Let's see if we can't find anything over here. I don't, so let's flip around. Some smalls, a good variety of different items. I do see the little bathing beauties here. They are priced accordingly at 100 plus. That is not uncommon for those pieces. So cool to see, but just not where we need it to be for reselling. Now we do have some contemporary items here, including some Star Trek badges. If you don't know, I'm going to tell them myself, I love Star Trek. Oh, look at that. We got another 50% off sale here. It does appear to be the same vendor. So I just want to take my time, make sure that we don't miss anything. Fortunately, I didn't see anything. Hey, look, different vendor, different sale. This one's 25% off, and we do have a lot of art glass faces in here. And the piece that I spot is this Viking smoke at $36. That's a pretty fair collector price, but that 25% off does make me go ahead and get this one. Up next, we are in a different booth. Obviously, there are no cases in this one, and hey, there's another sale. It's 40% off. This is really interesting. It is a contemporary piece. It does look like it is a Bethany Lowell design at $50 with 40% off. I think that's actually a really good price, especially for a collector. Even though the piece is contemporary, there is quite a desirable collector market out there for her designs. Lots of little different things throughout the booth. Again, because of that sale, I do want to make sure that I'm taking my time. We've got some left-in figurines. Missing an umbrella appears on that one. Collection of different bottles, including Listerine and that green glass seltzer bottle. Those can be quite collectible, and I just don't know quite a bit about those seltzer bottles to really warrant me picking them up. A lot of small figurines that you're seeing here. In the bisque, we do spot some studio or hobbyist pieces. The little babies back there dressed in green. Cute, but again, that sculpt isn't dynamic enough. I don't know what's going on with these two. They've got kind of like the elastic arms. It's an unusual piece, but again, I just not really feeling it. Different booth, we've got this beautiful, it appears to be some kind of a cloth or sculpted felt little cat on wheels at $5.25. Vendor had it marked as German, so pretty cool, but definitely not in our reselling budget. Moving on. Look at this little squished faced cutie. I have no idea. He's cute, but ooh, these are really cool. These appear to be respray painted. It's $25 for this set. It does look like, I think that these would have had the gold with the gold netting. You might be familiar with those. I really like those. But oh, we've got an EO, but no, what is it? NL. Hey, I did find
Yeah.
some bottle brush reeds here. These are only $10. These make great bases for some vintage reeds, so I do decide to go ahead and get not one but both. I really love adding a lot of different colorful ornaments on those, so those will be great base. Now, we did see some putt style houses here. The piece that most attracted me was this little cabin. Now, obviously, it's not entirely made out of cardboard, priced at $18. The vendor did have it marked at Germany. I didn't see an identifying mark, but at 18, I do decide I'm going to go ahead and leave that one behind. Hey, we got that same vendor with that 50% off sale. We're going to check things out here, see if we can't find anything. I don't spot anything on first glance, but don't worry, we're just kind of making our way through here. And we are going to circle back just to make sure I don't overlook anything. Which, spoiler alert, I do find some stuff later on. Some typical pieces. We do have little cabinets here. I like the fact that these are in a cabinet and you are able to get in there yourself. That's always a nice feature. I don't spot anything on first glance. We're gonna kind of pop over here. This really interesting little hull piece here, and like that cameo style. Unsure. It perhaps would have had a metal base on it. And we've got some clear pressed glass here. Not overly excited. I do love the coloring on that green glass, almost a teal color, but not overly excited about that. Gonna move on here. We've got lots of amber glass, very mid-century. First thing that catches my eye is the bird in cage, very Victorian. It's only $30. Now that's not a Victorian bird in cage, obviously made to kind of mimic it, but really pretty. I like those pieces a lot. We do have our little amber Ellie Smith. Oh, see, as is chips on lid. I really appreciate whenever a vendor does indicate that on the tag. Now, down below here, I do spot the Anarcho. This is the apple. I don't know why I'm so intrigued by these pieces, only $16. Um, I, I just love the sculptural detail on them. Very 60s and 70s to them. I'm checking the flowers here. There is a few nicks, but it's nothing that's overly distracting. And again, yeah, there's your Anarcho. But then we do have the little platter here at only $10. It would make the set 26. I don't know. I'm just, it was right there. I think that's a phenomenal deal if you were a collector. But I am going to go ahead and leave that one behind. I was really hemming and hawing over it, checking to see if there were any other condition issues, which there were not. But again, I just, for whatever reason, decided to leave it behind. There are quite a few booths here, and I like the fact that it is almost like an open air market to it. You're not kind of like boxed in. You can see the entirety of the store from any point, and it just makes it feel so much bigger, which I think is a great way to kind of maximize on your space so you don't feel so claustrophobic. But I'll tell you what, the vendors certainly make the most of a limited space, don't they? And those sales throughout the store really help, and it makes you slow down and take your time because you don't want to miss any deal. Now, we are actually at the back of the store. We do have some pottery, which, I know that there are a lot of collectors out there. I really, quite frankly, don't know a whole lot about the pottery. It doesn't overly excite me. So yes, I am. I'm just walking by it. We do have some contemporary or modern pieces back here, but it is still a beautiful setup. And we're looping around a corner here. I do see what I thought was a flower frog. However, it does turn out to be a figural piece. It does say that there is a condition issue. There's a hairline crack on the right leg. Oh, yep, there it is. You know what? At $15, I think for the right collector, it's a great piece. It does appear to be a reproduction of an earlier flower frog, though. Now, this vendor has got a whole lot of little tinies here. We've got all kinds of elves. We've got Figaro back there, a modern Disney ornament set, the cats of Disney, I would assume. So lots of littles in here. Definitely going to take our time, make sure that we don't miss anything. And down below, I don't really see anything else, so we're going to go ahead and move on here. Check out this booth. Oh my goodness. Lots of little Christmas, but of course, the first thing that catches my eye is this super mid century lamp here. It's got a look to it. It's it's also $500, so I say no. Really cool. I mean, look at the chrome on that. It's still nice and shiny. There's no pitting or marking on that. Got some little tinies down here, a little putt style Santa Claus here in the house. I do see the bottle brush tree behind it, but eh, it was a little sparse. It would have made a good base for a craft project, but in order to get that, it definitely has to be very inexpensive. Loving the little Pierrot little trinket dish here. Perhaps a personal ashtray. You could use his knees there to prop your cigarette up. And of course, I do spot the little 3-ball lucite candle holders here. I'm just gonna see if I could see the price. How much? 42. Now those would have come in a kit that you would assemble at home, and they obviously are missing their 2 candles. So 42, a little rich for our reselling budget. Moving on here. Oh my gosh, look at these. These little felt kid slippers. It's absolutely adorable. These guys are quite desirable, even out of package, so it was cool to see them in the package. However, $28 was a little rich for our blood. Look at this tiny little miniature aluminum tree. It's priced at $28. It is stamped in Japan. You've got the little mercury glass ornaments attached. I was thinking about getting this for a craft base, a project, but again, at 28, I just couldn't warrant getting that, especially with adding on a lot of different items. The price would just be kind of high there to start it out at. These cute little battery operated trees, you would, oh, yep, there you go. This one I think is missing its base. Um, so that was interesting. We've got a smaller one here. Excuse me, a little pixie man there. $10 for the small one. 14 for that one, but I didn't know that it had the base. Oh, here we've got little package ties to them. I love seeing these. These again make great pieces for kind of crafting. But at $26, definitely couldn't pick that one up. Oh, here's another one of those little trees. It looks to be in the best condition of the three. This one's at 16. Now if we pick it up, see the base? There's no hole in it. You would unscrew it and pop a battery in there. It does say that it's not untested. It looked to be very clean, but at $16, I just couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Same vendor does have some little October or Halloween angels here. We do have the Lefton Boy angel. Him being a boy definitely makes it a little bit harder of a get, and that October definitely makes it far more desirable. He is priced at $69, which is pretty much the going rate for him. And then we do have, of course, our little planter here. She's at 86, so I'm just going to go right back there on the shelf. Some cute little Halloween pieces, some art glass here. Not overly excited about that. Like this little paperweight back here. I love the simplicity of it. I love the color of this piece. Of course, the price tag was fighting with me, $24. There was no sale in the booth, so I did have to leave that one behind. Hmm. Yeah, the lucite green, but a little too expensive. I do love the color blocking. Of course, I'm always a fan of that. I think aesthetically, it's very pleasing. And I think also as a consumer or as a buyer, it makes it that much easier to shop. Whoa, look at these. They're $42. These are Westmoreland. I love that iridescent effect. We've got like the blue and the lavender. You can see it a little bit better there on the back. Oh, those are lovely, but I didn't want to take the risk. Got some Collegeville costumes here. A little Casper and a cat. A little kind of like Howard Gale knockoff Santa there. I do love this little guy here. This is a harder acrylic, that thin plastic. Santa made to mimic, or I think actually is a precursor to a lot of the vinyl. $46. Really good condition, especially for that price, but I'm going to leave him behind. I was really excited to see the little dwarves planner here. I did spot this one at a recent trip to Ohio. They had theirs at 45. This one's only 28, which is far better, but again, just not low enough to where I would want it to be for reselling. Check out this little naughty girl here. She's in her bathtub gin, $60. Yeah, I know that might seem high, but I'm telling you, these little like prohibition pieces, 1928, I do think it's actually a little bit later, but still cool to see. Now, the 40% off is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, both her and this Vaseline Fenton were both marked firm, so there was no discount available on those. Hmm. Ooh, I do love this little black glass perfume bottle. Ooh, oh, so the painting is missing. Looks like there's the actual dauber had gotten broken off, so we're gonna leave that one behind. Loving this little drink set that you would set, of course, at the bedside table. Beautiful blue cased glass with that hand painting on it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's also at 180, so we're gonna have to leave that one behind. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really spotting anything else. Let's check over here. This is a really interesting piece. It's priced at 180 firm, no discount. So I said, oh, no, no. It kind of almost has a clam broth effect to it. And I do spot the little head planter down here in the Glamour Girl style at 60. Even with the discount, I do decide to go ahead and leave her behind. I think with the 60 with that 40% off, that'd be a good deal. Loving that Westmoreland, that light teal turquoise color. It's very pretty. Oh, and then I do spot some Benton stretched glass. This is obviously a candy dish. Didn't appear to have any chips or cracks in it. $32. And we do, of course, have a 25% off sale in this booth. There was a very strong straw mark on it, a rippling to it. It's not necessarily, it is, how do I put this? It's common, but it is a manufacturing flaw. I did elect to leave it behind because I wanted it to be, frankly, flawless. Some collectors can bypass that, other collectors do not want that at all in their glass. This little art glass Roadrunner or Rooster, I love the coloring and that pop of red. Thought that was a really striking color combination. Wow, there is a lot to see in this booth. We've got a lot of the holiday items set up here. This cute little hobbyist or studio piece is priced at $18. I think he's cute. I do decide to leave him behind. I think that the paint was a bit of sophomoric, shall we say. It wasn't dynamic enough, though the sculpt was pretty awesome. $18 again, I think for the right collector, that that most definitely is a steal. The hobbyist or studio pieces seem to have really gained in popularity this year. So if you do see them out and about and you really like the paintwork, I say go for it. I mean, you got to think each one's very it's its own thing. Got a little Knickerbocker Betty Bye doll here. She's priced at $20 with a lot of the plush, especially white. You do see that discoloration. Some little squeaks and dollies down here, but not seeing anything overly exciting. We do have some of the larger pose dolls, which is always fun to see. But just not necessarily something, one, that would be easy to ship. I don't find them to be too overly popular, so again, fun to see, but we're going to go ahead and leave those ones behind. Do have some other toys here, but nothing overly exciting. Do have some baskets of tinies. I do go through those, but I unfortunately didn't find anything. Beautiful setup here. Again, very autumnal. Look at that striking color on that one. And I did see these Ellie Smith. This is, again, in the Dominion pattern, which was very limited in their run. And I absolutely love that satin amberina effect to it. Absolutely beautiful. But at $80, there definitely just wasn't any room for me for resale. Check out that lamp. My goodness, she is beautiful. Ooh, we also have this one here. This is really interesting. The bottom is actually a ceramic, and you do have the matching fiberglass shade, which I thought was really very distinctive. It's definitely a look. We do have another vendor here. We've got some cute little Halloween pieces, but Nothing that I don't think that, is to write home about. A lot of the buckets here, but they look to be newer ones, 80s, 90s, which there's nothing wrong with that. They make great decor pieces. Oh, we do have the little ballerinas here. I just recently picked those up and sold those, so that was cool to see those again. They were a little bit different than mine. So mine were made in occupied Japan. I wonder if those weren't stamped just Japan about a decade later. Lots of smalls, but unfortunately, I'm not really spotting anything in here. Now, in this booth, I did spot this pretty little vanity dish. I liked the satin, that the metal ribbing around it did make me think that it was more of an 80s piece. I'm loving this painted little, shall we call it a candy dish or should we call it like a vanity? I think a vanity dish. Fortunately, there was some chipping on it. I couldn't get around it. I love that blue with that floral detailing, but alas, conditions going to keep me away. Now, something I do spot is the Sigma Taster Pierrot. They made a variety of different pieces. This one is a bookend. There's a little roughness to his nose, but with the magic sponge, that'll come right up. It is obviously just one of two bookends. Really good condition. I think he's very charming and whimsical. And if anything, it does make for a great figural piece. So at 18 with the discount, we're going to pick him up. This was at the front of the store. We're looping around now, making sure we didn't leave anything behind. This stunning, beautiful Valefton. It is stamped 1956. Oh my goodness, the paint on this is phenomenal. Yeah. And then I did spot something at the front of the store, which was this Halloween tree. The ornaments on these are done very well. They're very unique. I'm loving these candy container ones. We've got a little witch here with her little bobbly feet. We've got like a little rattler here. There's a number of these on the tree. We've got some chenille candy canes. Look at this. This chenille cat here with, again, a faux paper mache. I'm really loving this and I'm feeling like this is something special. And I'm like, is this a Bethany Lowe treat? Look at the candy cane, or the candy cane, candy corn little garland, but I like how it's displayed actually on the bottom. Look at the little bobbly skeleton here. It's really cute, don't you think? All kinds of different ornaments, another witch, a witch hat. Oh, look, there's another one of those chenille-esque ornaments, again, made to look antique. I'm really digging the vibe. We got the little medallion spider. We're going to pick it up and see if maybe there's a stamp or a marking on the bottom. And there's not. What am I going to do? I don't know. Let's go set it over here on the cabinet, and I'm gonna hem and haw about it. It's not the hugest thing, but and once the branches are folded in, it would make, I think, for easy shipping. The ornaments have got some great weight. It is priced at 55, but I'm like, looking at the totality of the ornaments, I really feel like the ornaments are worth more by themselves. And the whole display, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance and pick this item up. Talk about your Halloween display. We do have some clown noisemakers. These are priced at $35 for the entire bag. However, these are part of the 50% discount, if I'm remembering correctly. So I am going to pick them up. No, 25% off. So we're going to go ahead and pick them up. I love them. I think that they're great. They're bright, they're colorful, they're fun. I will lot them out, which is definitely going to help, increase the overall profit on the entirety of the bag. But yeah, I think they're fun. This one back here is definitely my favorite because he's the creepiest. And then I did spot this really interesting candle here. The base is like a very thick cardstock. We have a blow mold candle flame. We do have the light in there with the little pine bough attached to it. It is priced at $25. I was a little unsure if I felt that it was worth it, but I thought it was really unique. And guess what? Like about everybody else, had a discount of 20%, so we pick it up. Now we are back in that 50% off booth. It's a lot of these rubber dolls, and it is reading that it is made in USA out of St. Louis. I love them. I know that there's a significant amount of wear on them, which I think is pretty gosh darn awesome. It's $10 for the entirety plus 50% off, so we pick it up. And then I spot this in the cabinet. Now, I have seen several pieces of these, and it seems that the hand is holding a different object in every piece that I have found. This one seems to be holding a cup or chalice of some sort. $35. Now, this one is obviously missing its lid. The reason that I did not get it is because it's chipped up. That's it, guys. See you outside. Alrighty, guys, well, there you have it. Another fun shopping trip here at Mother Tucker's Antiques. It is always a pleasure to get to come here. I hope that you guys saw some fun things. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite find of the day is, or the thing that you wished I'd most picked up. Dave, always a pleasure to get to work with you and see ya. If you stop in here at Mother Tucker's, you might to get to meet him too. And Diane, lady, a pleasure to get to meet you. And on that note, you guys, don't forget, until next time, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.